Greetings, film fans. I'm here today to mark the release of Robocop. Here to help me celebrate this joyous occasion, I have here sitting beside me Mr. Joel Kinnaman, aka Police Officer Alex Murphy, aka Robocop. Joel, how are you doing today? How are you feeling?
Very good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, tell me firstly, how did you feel being cast as this iconic character that had become so iconic from the original 1987 version?
I mean, I was stoked. I was so happy. First, when I heard about there was a Robocop remake in the makings, I was such a huge fan of the original, so I was a bit skeptical, and I actually told my agents, my manager, that I didn't want to pursue that. I might catch it in the theaters down the line. But then I heard that it was Jose Padilla that was going to direct the film, and that completely changed my mind about it. And then I sat down with Jose, and he told me this amazing story that he wanted to tell using the concept of Robocop, and I was blown away by that.
I see. I remember actually reading that you had reservations of it being shot as a PG-13. That was one of your kind of issues with it, like, because it was such a violent movie at first, and he kind of pulled it off. I mean, I've seen it, and it's still really violent, yeah. Right? But still.
No, that was actually something that I just said, out of my ass, without really knowing what PG-13 was. Because when I got that question, I've been working in the States for maybe 2 years or 2.5, and I didn't know that The Dark Knight was PG-13, for example. I didn't have a complete gauge of the whole rating system. And then if you look at the first, the Verhoeven Robocop, Paul Verhoeven was a director that grew up in the rubbles of the Second World War and was very much affected by that. And his idea with violence was that you go way over the top with the violence, and that makes it comedic. And his films are very much they have that comedic over the top violence. He actually had troubles with the MPAA, the U.S. ratings board, because they gave him initially an X rating, and then they brought it down to an R rating. And Verhoeven claimed that made his films more violent, right, because you lost some of that over the top quality. And Jose, of course, is a completely different filmmaker that has his own tone and his own.
Well, for me, it was non-stop action, man. Let's have a look at your version here. Let's roll trailer.
The revolution begins right now with Detective Alex Murphy.
Putting these machines on the streets will save countless American lives.
This, my friends, is the future of American justice.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Okay, well, you're in and amongst some great actors. I mean, here we go. We've got Gary Oldman, we've got Michael Keaton, we've got Samuel L. I mean, big.
Michael K. Williams. It's. But that's what happens when you get a director like Jose. Everybody that's seen his films know that he has a incredibly beautiful visual style. It's gritty but poetic. He always has a very strong political and social point of view, and the acting's always beautiful in his films. So that is what attracts these kind of actors that can choose between many films.
Okay, I'm not the only one that's got questions for you today, right? We've got some Joel Kinnaman Skype fan questions,
Cool.
Okay, so here we've got 3 of your fans from around the world. Well, 2 from UK actually, 1 from India. Who do you want to kick off with?
Let's start with Will.
Will?
Hi Joel. My question for you is, who would win in a fight? Robocop or Judge Dredd?
That's easy. Robocop. Robocop would kill him.
Easy, no problem, innit? What about Robocop versus old Robocop?
Well, the new one, you see how he's much more efficient, he'd kick his ass. I'm sorry.
Excellent. Who's next? Sandia? Should we see? Let's see what Sandia's got to say.
We all know that Robocop is human first. It is, in fact, Alex in the cyborg suit. Has the director explored a more darker side to Alex? Is there any instance in the film where he has to battle internal feelings of morality and corruption and take a stance when push comes to shove? And if he did do it, how did he resolve the dilemma?
Wow.
That's a good question. Yeah, I think this movie definitely explores more of the inner life of Alex. The big difference between this film and the Verhoeven's original is that when Alex Murphy becomes Robocop, he is completely aware. He has all of his memories, all of his cognitive abilities, and he's born into this nightmare. And then, of course, he has these artificial intelligent implants that want to control his decisions, and it becomes a battle between his soul and the artificial intelligence. And Alex is a tough guy that when somebody threatens his family, he's prepared to go pretty far.
Absolutely. And lastly, who we got? Dom?
I'm really looking forward to seeing the new Robocop movie because I'm a massive geek. But being a geek, I'm not brilliant with the ladies. Now, you on the other hand, you're a Hollywood star, you're a handsome chap, so I imagine that you don't really struggle. But can you tell me, have you ever been in a Hollywood bar and used "dead or alive, you're coming with me" as a chat line? And if you did, what do you think might happen?
No.
Never used that line,
what
no.
was his name? What was his name?
His name was Dom.
Dom, no, Dom. I wouldn't recommend it. I've never used it myself, but I can imagine you might get a laugh in your face or a drink in your face, but you're not going to get a kiss. That's,
Man, all I've got to say is it's a big ask, like just stepping into Peter Weller's kind of shoes and pulling it off. And I honestly, I'm going to tell you that you nailed it, man. You really nailed it. And we're gonna play out with another clip of the film. If you haven't seen it, it's out now. Make sure you go and see Robocop. This man's in it. He kicks ass. It is bad boy film. Go see it. Robocop.
Time to wake him up.
Make him more tactical. Let's go with black.
Quality Control, EM 208 versus Tin Man.
Wow. We are going to make a lot of money.
He's coming.
Gonna play good cop, bad cop?
Bad cop, Robocop.
He's undoing what we did to him.
Shut him down!
Thank you for your cooperation.